Well, in a surprising twist, recent investigations by the Office of the Special Prosecutor has come under fire for inaccuracies. The OSP and the Controller Accountant General's Department joint investigation revealed that over 2.8 million cedis has been paid to ghost workers in the fictitious primary school at Kumbungu district in the northern region. But contrary to claims that the Kumbungu D primary school is non-existent, locals, including a resident former member of Parliament Ras Mubarak, says that the school has been operational for decades. He joins us live with more. Before I go to him, let me zero in on the exact point that the OSP made. It's actually in the third paragraph. It says a staggering amount of 2,854,144 cedis, 80 pesos, was identified as unearned monthly salaries attributed to individuals who were deceased, retired, no longer in their positions, flagged as missing, or whose whereabouts were unknown, commonly referred to as ghost names. Now, in the paragraph that precedes this, it says that the OSP and the Controller Accountant General's Department observed that the payroll system in the northern region, covering educational institutions under the Ghana Education Service and the Tamale Teaching Hospital, only is attended to by an alarming number of unauthorized and inactive validators. In one instance, it was discovered that a primary school in the Kumbungu district of the Ghana Education Service did not exist at all. And Ras Mubarak is actually disputing this claim. He's former MP for the area, and he joins us live. You tell us that you have donated to this school since 2015. Shocking, isn't it?
It's quite astounding, I must tell you. And let me start by saying that Kumbungu is the only constituency in the history of Ghana that has produced two running mates in 1992 and 2004, and it's given the country the first governor of the Bank of Ghana. So it's natural that when there are reports of there are negative reports about the Kumbungu, all of us who are from the constituency or district will take keen interest, especially so when I am a former member of Parliament and, more importantly, as a royal of the community. Now, the DA primary school has been in existence, if I'm not mistaken, for over 3 decades, and I was very, very shocked to have heard on the radio last night that the special prosecutor had flagged the DA primary school as one of those that is non-existent. Now, interestingly, this morning, the Office of the Special Prosecutor contacted me when I raised this issue on social media, and their explanation is that indeed it is not a Kumbungu DA primary school they were referring to, which is a school that has been in existence for several decades, but a different school, whose name has been cloned, and they explained to me that for the purposes of the investigations and in order not to hamper the investigations, they would not want to put out the name of the particular institution they were referring to. But I found that a bit, strange, because that would obviously, send people guessing and wondering why the OSP would not do the right thing in naming the school that, has been taking ghost names. I mean, this is an issue that all of us would have to work tirelessly to eliminate. The issue of a few people taking it upon themselves, to steal from the public coffers, So it's a very, very serious issue. And if it were happening in my constituency, trust me, I'd be the first, to support any efforts to make sure that those who are responsible for bringing the name of Kumbungu into public ridicule would be brought to justice. But given the explanation of the OSP that they have had instances where their investigations are hampered or hindered, they are keeping the name of the school close to their chests.
This is shocking. I'll let my producer pull up that statement again, because the statement was clear. They made mention of the school. They made mention of the fact that it was non-existent, which is the statement the OSP put out. And so it's worrying that all of a sudden they're saying that school involved in this, the name has actually been withheld. Isn't it?
It is indeed, surprising. Now, if you look at the statement that the OSP released, and I don't know which one you're referring to, but from the one that I saw last night,
the one we just read right now. I'll let my producer put that on air, so that, because the statement is clear, except if the OSP is telling us that what they put out for the public to consume is inaccurate. It is one thing to say that this school is not existent. It's another thing to say that we discovered a school that is existing, but we're retrieving the name of that school, and that statement is on air. So please hold for me, Honorable. Let me look through this statement. It says, the OSP observed that the payroll system in the northern region, covering educational institutions under the Ghana Education Service and the Tamale Teaching Hospital, only is attended to by an alarming number of unauthorized and inactive validators. And it ends there. It goes on to say, in one instance, so he's giving specifics here, it was discovered that a primary school in the Kumbungu district of the Ghana Education Service did not exist at all. So is it the case? Well, explain to me. Well, because you have been speaking to them, so we need clarity as to what they mean.
The Office of the Special Prosecutor has a very good PR team that could best, answer questions relating to the office. But as far as this particular issue is concerned, they mentioned Kumbung specifically, and from what I heard over the news last night, reference was made to Kumbungu D Primary School. Now, I do not see that in the statement of the OSP. When they called me this morning, when the office reached out to me, I asked them specifically, so if you are disputing the fact that Kumbungu D Primary School is not the school in reference, what is holding you from, putting out the name of the school that did this injustice to the taxpayers of our country? The officer who called me explained to me that, one, they were in court, two, several people had been arrested, and, they simply did not want to hamper the investigations, for which reason they are not putting out the school. But he did tell me in confidence, a name of a school in my constituency which had been cloned, so you have an instance where, for instance, my name is Ras Mubarak. I spell my name with R-A-K. Somebody would spell it with R-I-C-K. So in the instance of that particular school that was cloned, it was just the name, the spelling of the name that was tinkered with, and I think, as far as I'm concerned, for the benefit of the public, and in order to allay the fear and the worry and the agitation, and the anxiety that has greeted, people from Kumbungu, it would just be fair that along the line, the OSP will put out the name of this particular institution that somebody had, falsely claimed salaries that were not earned from. Now, the other thing is, because I told the officer that called me from the OSP office that, look, even if you're not interested in putting out the name of the school, at least somebody had validated the names, because a ghost could not have validated ghost names. You need a real human being to do the validation. So at least, for the benefit of the Ghanaian public, because the Office of the Special Prosecutor is answerable, to the Ghanaian citizens, it is important that they put the name of the person who may have validated ghost names onto the payroll, that runs into hundreds of thousands of, public money.
Thank you so much, Ras Mubarak, former MP for Kumbungu D, giving us details about his conversation with the OSP. The OSP has clarified that indeed that this area that they are referring to is an area in the Kumbungu district. However, Kumbungu D Primary School is not the school they are referring to. They also say they have withdrawn the name of the school in question. Ras Mubarak is calling that the OSP put out the name of the school so that we can work our sources and go to the location to see if indeed this school is non-existent. And that on your screens now is just like a wrap of the total work that the OSP has done. I'll take you to the next slide because the next slide gives us a background to the number of sample size that the OSP worked with. So they sampled high-risk persons, which is 1,265. They cleared 1,020, and they found 255 ghost names. And amount saved from this monthly is 2.85 cedis, and yearly that is 34.24 cedis. So it's a breakdown of the sample size the OSP worked with, and I'm sure moving forward in subsequent bulletins we'll try to reach our sources to see if the office of the special prosecutor will be willing to share details with us. Now,